Alrighty, we are back in Sevtech Ages. Now, the last time we were here, we had finally finished setting up the arc furnace, hopefully for the last time. Because the first time we set it up, we actually had to tear it all apart and make it into a crusher, all the components, or most of the components at least. So we had to spend a lot of that time getting the crusher set up and regaining all of the materials with our old blast furnace to turn into an arc furnace again. But we finally got that set up last time. We got most of our pizza set up. Unfortunately, the one last remaining component of pizza production that we have to get set up is the flour turning into dough. And we have 3 full stacks of flour. We are trying to go for a full stack of pizza here. So we've got 3 full stacks of flour, which need to be combined with, I believe it's salt, to be turned into dough for the pizza recipe. Now, that is a lot of mixing, and I really wouldn't like to do that in the basin. We do have just a little bit of melon pie left. So I think that the thing we're going to be going after immediately, as soon as possible, is going to be the mixer, which is the industrial version of the basin. It makes all the same recipes as far as I'm aware. It looks like it only takes the same objects as we've been using previously, with the possible exception of the fluid pipe here. We have steel scaffolding, or at least we've made it before. Same with the redstone engineering block, the light engineering block, sheet metal, standard, and steel fencing. I think we actually have 1 steel fence still remaining from the last time we made it. And this does look like a smaller block, smaller multi-block structure. It looks like it is 3 by 3 and then about 3 tall. So it shouldn't be nearly that bad. But to go and get to that point, we are going to have to probably use some more steel up. Now let's look at the requirements we have here. And actually we can, write off the requirements here, because this was for the arc furnace way back when I wanted to have everything listed down. And I hadn't really recalled what we needed. We just have this book that we're keeping around for if we need to take notes on anything long term. So we need 5 steel scaffolding, 3 fluid pipes, 1 redstone engineering block, 4 light engineering blocks, 4 iron sheet metal, and 1 steel fence. And if you'll recall, if we do have any of that, and we look in the book, that's not going to do it. Let's see here. Where's our... There it is. It'll actually tick off a check mark on the... If you hover over the required materials, it'll note down that you've actually got all you need. So hopefully we'll be able to get a fair bit of the things we need, the items we need, before we have to craft anymore. We have a bit of steel left. We actually might throw the slag into the crusher, just because the crusher will turn the slag, which is otherwise pretty useless. It can make concrete or asphalt concrete, but I really don't see a real reason to do that. I'd rather just turn it straight into the sand that it can make instead. Christian Krell, hello. And I think, if I understand this correctly, I think that the crusher, you just have to throw in items on the top. So if I go like so, yeah, that'll go and turn on. And it'll just pump it out the front here. We'll go get a crate so that we can stick in front of it. I do think we should have 1 extra. Yeah, 2 extra, actually. So we should be able to do that. And that way it should just shoot straight into the crate. No drop it on the floor necessary here. Yep, perfect. I don't actually know if this has an inventory. Oh, and it also seems to be poorly hooked up. Oh, no, it's not actually hooked up at all. Okay, so that's why. So we do need to actually re-hook this up to the power. It was charged previously when it was actually hooked up there, but I think we redid the power system, so the sort of power grid we had everywhere. So actually didn't get, it actually got disconnected and never was reconnected. It just kept its power from the original charge. Yeah, so there we go. I'm going to assume that's done. Now, the issue with this is that it doesn't have visible inventory. So I assume whatever's in there is just in there. Now, you can't interact with this block here at the front, the control block. I assume, actually I might, stick a lever there so we can turn it on and off. I will assume that that is where you can control that. So I can actually look that up in the manual here. Just to double check. Yes, so if you do stick any redstone inputs there, it'll turn it off, which I'll go and add here if I can. Do I have a lever, or have I put that somewhere else? I think I might have relocated that somewhere. It's also nighttime. But I will, I'll do that, so just in case I throw anything in there that I don't want to be crushed, like if I accidentally drop my sword in there or anything. I don't know if there's any recipes for that, and I don't know if it'll crush anything if it doesn't necessarily turn it into a recipe, but that'll be something that I want to get set up. Yeah, we do have a lever. We never actually use that for anything. Could set up a hopper to drop in the top. I was thinking about that. I was debating it. It seems pretty easy to just toss stacks in itself, and it seems like it actually contains them. It's not like getting pulled to me or dropping around on the floor or anything. Yeah, so there we go. That'll be our lever controller. I have no idea how to get things out from that inventory. It's not a visible inventory that we can access like this would be, but, well, if something happens, we'll just have to deal with that while it's going. Unfortunately, if we have ourselves drop into that, I somehow very much doubt we'll be able to reach the lever if we're unable to get out for it to save us here. But as for the mixer block, we do need to do that before our melon pie runs out. That is our last source of cooked, at least, food. And I said something, I don't believe it is, mixer. So we do need... we actually need iron sheet metal. I have steel sheet metal here, so... Iron sheet metal, we've got 3 of. How is this made? Iron plates? Oh yeah, that's easy enough to make. We'll go put that on our press here. What block does it have on the bottom? Is that a plate? I think it is. And this, again, is still a little buggy. I might actually make these covered, or make at least this a covered block. Because there are covered conveyor belts. And I hope that that would help with the issue of my magnetic, well, armor and tools and basically everything, tugging it towards me. I would hope, at least. But with these metal plates, we should be able to make the 4 iron sheet metal that we need. We've got that steel fence, or perhaps not, I do tell a lie. Did I get put back in here? Uh-oh. Nope, there it is. Okay, steel fence. So we've got both of those. Now we need those light engineering blocks, the redstone engineering blocks, fluid pipes, which we have not yet made, and steel scaffolding blocks. Now, I think we needed 5, it said, steel scaffolding, so we're good on that. Yeah, it did say 5. The light engineering blocks are where we're going to start running into the requirements, though, because... we can actually get that out of the way. Same here. These are where we have to use these iron mechanical components, which aren't terribly difficult to make. They just require a little bit of resource. So for each of these, we'll have to have 2 iron plus 1 copper for each of these. We need to make 4. So that'll be 8 iron. Right? Yes. 8 iron and 4 copper just for the crafting of the iron mechanical components that we need. And 4 of you. We'll get that iron crafted into plates if it'll stay away from me. Oh, come on, please. We've tried to slow this down before, and I'm really not sure what more we can do. I'll just try to stay as far away from it as I really can get. And we did actually learn something last time that I didn't internalize in any way. Well, we need to go grab more cobblestone and diorite, I want to say? Yeah, diorite. So we'll go grab more of that from the house. But what we learned was that evidently once the blocks are placed, that is marble, there's the diorite. Once the wires, rather, are placed, you can actually place blocks where they would go, which would usually block them if you're trying to place them anew, but which apparently do not once they are already placed. And I believe it's that and... oh, I can't recall exactly what it was. Mosaic? Encased bricks? We'll go take a look at it before we chisel our diorite block, whatever that happened to be. Diorite encased brick, yeah. So we'll go and replace these, and it should... oh. I think I may have just barely gotten something to go through a block, because I swear... if we go up here... we had something going through a block. Here it is, yeah. So... this water wheel has a wire going straight through this cobblestone. This water wheel kinetic dynamo, which shouldn't be the case, but it does work, and I'm kind of confused as to why that doesn't work inside the factory. Maybe that's a bug. Maybe that isn't actually providing power. Maybe that wire isn't there, and it's just showing like it is. Either way, we've been bamboozled by that single, possibly glitched wire. That we could do that, and so we did this whole process, which was ultimately completely incorrect. Whoops, that. And we'll throw our chisel back in there. Now, at this point, our iron plates should be all finished up. Perfect. I believe we need the crafting components. Yeah, I think it's the crafting components blueprint to make the iron mechanical components. Yes, they are. And that'll make us some iron mechanical components. Not enough to make what I needed, so I did miscalculate that. All right, 8 more iron plates. And 4 more copper. Don't forget to rehook up the wire that broke. Yes, thank you very much. Yeah, I've no clue why that one outside works then, because it's going through way more blocks than just the 2 that are placed there. So I've got no idea what's up with it. While that's happening, though, we can also get on... let's see, we'll save that for when we inevitably need it, and we can get on the redstone engineering block, because that is the one that takes redstone alloy. Let's see, where is that at? It should be down here. There it is. Perfect. Yeah, so that takes this redstone alloy, which takes quite a lot of alloying. We need the Constantin, which is, I want to say silver... no, copper and nickel. We'll go and get that made. We are running very low on nickel. It's a pretty rare ore vein. Yes, here it is. We'll grab one of those, and we'll actually grab out some copper if we have some to spare. We might grab a cluster and send it through the furnace. Or 2. Might as well. But we'll send that through the smeltery, not the furnace. And we get that all cast out into ingots. Because we are running a bit low. Whoa, hold up. Ingot cast first. Don't want that turning into plates, because we can't resmelt the plates, as we learned with this gold plate, actually. But these iron ones are at the very least done. Nope, those go over in the mechanics table. Or engineering table? What is this? Engineering workbench. So we'll craft up the rest of the iron mechanical components that we need. And then we will get to crafting the light engineering block. Oh, each of these made 2. That's why I didn't need that many. Okay. Turns out we made the correct amount in the first place. So I think we should have some more spare in here, right? Yeah, right there. Put those there. We will put iron around the outsides. And then copper along the middle. And we'll just steal one of the copper ingots in progress here. For the last light engineering block. And that should be all the light engineering blocks we need. It said we only needed 4. Yeah, perfect. Don't you have Constantin ingots from the time you messed up the ratios? Ooh, I may very well... Yes, I absolutely do. Perfect. I think we determined that these each make 2? 1? When combined with the redstone and glowstone. We'll see. Oh, I see the problem. Okay. How are we going to do this then? I may have shot myself in the foot a little bit here. So now we need to wait for all of this copper to finish being casted. I'll actually turn on both blocks here. So once we get the block out, we can at least smash that up into ingots. I assume we actually have a mold for that, right? No, we actually don't. I know there is a mold for it, so we can at least make that. That'll require 5 steel ingots. 5 steel plates, 5 steel ingots. I think it's plates. We'll go check the press mold blueprint here. Yeah, it is plates. And, stay away. We'll also need these wire cutters from the engineers. And as you can see, they kind of just sit on there. Really wish they would set down or place out at the speed that it was required, but oh well. Steel plates thusly made. We can, I think it's the unpacking plate. Whoops, I meant to look at what that made. Yes, it does look like the unpacking plates that we can make here instead. And the reason that we made these, by the way, was that our iron blocks will cast out essentially doubly as fast. It'll get rid of all this copper in here. So long as we don't do it too much, there should still be an even amount for ingots and stuff. Once we get to about 2 blocks in here, we won't cast anymore. And then we can just turn these straight into copper ingots with that unpacking mold. Where did I get this nickel cluster? Oh, right. I needed that for something. The Constantin, of course. Constantin that we have since determined we don't need. So this will get placed back once it came. Nope, back once it came. There we go. And we'll go nap the night away. Now, next day thusly started. Still got that Constantin. We've still got copper presumably doing its thing. Yep, still plenty of blocks to spare. Pour rate is a little slow. But I do still think it's ultimately faster. And then once this finishes, we'll pour out 1 more block and the rest, my goodness, I can't talk today. Rest turn into ingots. And that should be good. And I'll take all of these. I'll try out this unpacking mold, which will hopefully work. Stick this mold press in the bag along with these items so they don't get broken the next time the engineering table has to go take a walk. And we'll stick blocks of copper, please. Stick those in there. Does it do anything if you hop in the big tank? In this? Ow. Yes, it fills it with blood. Yeah, we now have 20 millibuckets of blood. That shouldn't cast or pour into anything, as far as I think. If it does, I think it'll just end up turning into, like, it'll be an unfinished mold, so we'll just break the mold. It'll probably dissolve into the chest, and then we can replace everything. Sweet. Copper regained. And we'll just store the copper in there, because we have been going through quite a bit. Yeah, so we'll do that. Break it down to the chest. And we'll replace the casting basin. And put this last block of copper in the unpacker. Okay, perfect. We'll put the plate mold back on there, because that's the one we use most often anyway. Right, perfect. But now with this finally cleared, we'll turn the auto caster off. Stick this in. We totally forgot to grab redstone and glowstone. So we are a little bit low on glowstone. We might need to go for a trip to the nether if we end up using too much of it. We've only got about 45, I think, left. Something in the 40s. But that should cast out into enough redstone alloy that we can make this engineering block here. Oh, shoot, vacuum tubes as well. So this we'll need nickel plates for, along with any type of glass and some copper wire. Everything we should have, or should have the ability to create, like the copper wire with this, right? No, this probably needs to be in a plate first. Perfect. And now plate made. There we go, copper wire. I think I needed more redstone and more... glass, that's the one. Then that's everything, right? Vacuum tube. Right, nickel plate. Is not quite everything. We do actually need that nickel that we ended up putting back. I guess we're just a little prescient. We're not mistaken, we're prescient. That's what's happening here. That's my story, and I'm sticking with it. But this all casted out. I think... Oops. I was going to say, I think we should be good to just put the nickel in. But I kind of am afraid to risk it. I'll do it in the assumptions that this will all be poured out beforehand anyway. Yeah, so we're still good there. We just have to wait for that to cast, and then we can go create more vacuum tubes. Because I do believe we used the last of our vacuum tubes up in the creation of the arc furnace and the crusher here. Man, he is slow. But we've got glass, we've got the nickel plate, or we will soon. We've got the copper wire, we've got the redstone, and we've got that crafting component blueprint. So should be all good there. Let's go grab these and turn this redstone alloy into a plate. We'll store the copper ingot for later. Plate cast? Yes. And hop rapidly away from that, and we'll cast this. Oh, we can actually cast this straight to a plate. Might as well. I don't have to wait on it. Probably should have done that with the redstone alloy too, but oh well. Okay, this all made, and this soon to be made. Crafting components. Vacuum tubes, perfect. Out, box. Great. We can make another redstone component thingy-mabobber. Engineering block, that's the one. Except for the fact that we don't have iron plates. No matter how much preparation we do, we always end up a little short. And stamp. There we go. Now that it's all been stamped in triplicate, we can get this engineering block placed, and is that the last thing we need to do? No, fluid pipes. So, what do these fluid pipes look like? We've never used them before. And we're going to have to... oh, interesting. We're going to have to use this for both this mixer that we're making right now, as well as the industrial crusher that's going to be industrial crusher? Squeezer, that's the one. That we're going to need to make the hop ingots. I think it's hop. Yeah, hop graphite ingots. If you'll recall, our arc furnace isn't actually functioning yet. If you see those 3 holes on top, we need hop graphite rods, which we can only get via hop graphite ingots, which we can only get from the dust, which we can only get from coke dust in the industrial squeezer. So we've got a fair few steps to get there, but I want to get this mixer done first so we can get our pizza passively cooking. Cooking? Our dough passively molding? What do you do to dough? I think you mix, I guess? Of course you mix it. It's a mixer. What am I talking about? I'm nuts. Passively mixing while we go and set off on creating that industrial squeezer. But, oh, yes. The fluid pipes, I believe were just 6 industrial plates, and that made 8. 6 iron plates, rather. So if I just double check through everything here. My goodness, iron plates can make a lot of things. A lot of stand-ins for iron ingots, actually. Please just give me the fluid pipe recipe. Just show me that kindly. Unless it doesn't exist. Really? So the fluid pipe, there are other types of fluid pipes. This is from Buildcraft Transport, apparently. I'm not actually sure if they work with the immersive engineering stuff. They very much could, but I'm concerned that they won't, so I'll just stick with this one natively from the pack. And yeah, it does look like we were right. We do need 6 iron plates, all set up in a sort of row on the top and bottom, and that'll make us 8 fluid pipes, which should be plenty. We just got to age 1. Congratulations, man. So we'll just stand up here, kind of Batman-esque. And we've got the iron plates. We didn't suck any of them off of the production pipeline. But with 3 fluid pipes, I want to say. Yes, 3 fluid pipes. We'll stick the excess in there. We should be able to build our multi-block structure here. We'll go put it down in the basement, naturally. Let's see, it's a 3x3 block. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, I'm wondering if I should have scooted this out. Let me actually take a look at that. If the crusher has an input or anything near the back, then we will need to. No, luckily it doesn't look like it does. We should keep that in mind for our mixer, though. So, inputs in the front and the right, it looks like. And I'll get out to see where the front actually comes up out as being. Oh, so the front and the left, actually. We'll have that. We could put it here. We can leave the space. No entrance on the back. I would like to put it next to the... Let's see, is there a dryer here? Ooh, maybe there's not. Maybe that's a simple machine? Because I was looking to... Yeah, the industrial drying unit. Make that. I can't believe that's not in here. Immersive tech? No, I've got no clue where that is. Okay, how very interesting. I would like to put them side by side. I have no idea how big the industrial drying unit is. I would assume that it's the same size as the mixer. But it's not seeming... I'm not seeing it anywhere, really. Fermenter, maybe it's called something different? Okay, no, that produces ethanol for some reason. Refinery, no, that creates fluid mixtures. Interesting. And it's not the squeezer, because the industrial squeezer is something we are making for... Well, maybe it is a squeezer. Maybe it's just called something by a different name. Yeah, because this is similar to the mixer, where the actual multi-block structure doesn't necessarily show what's accurate. The mixer we can use with the engineer's manual here. We can see it's a very different set of blocks. So, oh well. We'll start off by making this, though. So, let's start on the ground floor. It looks like we need scaffolding around the back and right sides. Hold up, this takes way more scaffolding. Unless... Okay, no. It's just the bottom layer that takes that scaffolding block. Set that up like so. Next up is the... what I assume is fluid pipes and something else. Maybe the fluid pipes connect out like that when you place them. So, yeah, I guess that's just how the fluid pipes end up looking. And the light engineering block in the front left side here. Now, more light engineering blocks on the left and a redstone control block. Redstone engineering block on the right. I think it was just like so. Yes. And then just a square of that iron sheet metal in the center and the back corner here. And then last block should just be the top of this, which is steel fence and that last light engineering block in the center. And let's see where it tells us to click on the structure. On the central sheet metal block. So that'll be here. Let's go make ourselves a mixer. Lovely. Now I should read up on where all the inputs and stuff go, because I'm assuming the front here is an output. So fluids are input through the mixer, into the mixer through the port on the bottom of its power supply. On the bottom of its power supply. So here? Yeah, must be that port. Since this looks like the top of the power supply where we get a connector put in so we can actually power it. Items can be input via the 2 hatches at the back. I'm sorry, what? There aren't any hatches in the back, are there? Oh, man. Okay, I guess I gotta move this out. Rebuild, 1 out. This is the front corner. Back like so. Fluid pipes all around. I'll just try to do this from memory. We did just set it up, right? And that. Yada, yada. Kabam. All right, perfect. So where are these ports on the back? I guess this must be... those two are apparently ports. They are blue, which I do believe is input, so that must be the ports at the back. And then fluid port at the front serves as fluid output. I don't know why you'd have fluid output. And then we can turn this on or off as needed. Okay. Now we just need to figure out a fluid intake system here. I'm thinking I'll route it through the floor, possibly. Through the floor, maybe out that side. Because I do believe we have a cave just through that wall. So let's go and, well, I guess make a lot more of these fluid pipes to connect the season stuff. We will actually need to look up if we need something to push in liquid. So maybe, where would that be under? Fluid transport, probably. So on their own, fluid pipes are quite slow at transferring fluids, but if a pump is used to insert the fluid, it'll move much faster. You can right-click a connection piece of the pipe with the engineer's hammer to prevent it from connecting to that side. Fluid pipes can be covered with wood or steel scaffolding. Simply right-click the piece of scaffolding onto the pipe to cover it. Oh, that's nice. So actually, even if we do put this in the floor, we won't be, well, I guess we'll kind of be blocking ourself off from moving it, but we can put a little bit of a solid block covering so we wouldn't have a situation like this. And in fact, I wonder if that's an option to do that there. So, fluid pumps have 3 essential functions. They can be used to be inserted into pipes at a higher pressure, or can pick up fluid from the world. Using your hammer on the base of the pump will switch the sides between input and output. We'll need a power input at the top and a redstone signals. Pumps can also be used to extract fluid from tanks and other fluid containers that do not have automatic output. This will require a redstone signal that won't consume power. Interesting. And water blocks will serve as an infinite fluid source for the pump as long as more than 3 blocks are connected. Okay, so I thought it would kind of infinitely drain. I thought we'd have to connect it out to the ocean. It seems like we can essentially make an infinite water block generator for the fluid here. Fluid blocks that were picked up will be replaced with cobblestone to reduce the lag of flowing fluids. This behavior can be toggled on and off by using an engineer's hammer on the pump. I'm not sure about how that one works. Fluid outlet acts as an endpoint for a pipe system, allowing fluid to be placed into the world. Okay, so this is if we wanted to move like a particular block of water somewhere else, if we wanted to output it somewhere. We don't really need that at the moment, so I guess we just need to look at this fluid pump, which doesn't exist. A screw pump? Fluid pumps in here? Fluid router? Nope, that's a sorting option. Pipes and fluid pumps. Outlet, router, pipe, and a multi-tank. Where is my pump? How do I get that to work? Outlets, pipe. What the heck? Maybe we just don't have access to it yet? Maybe we're supposed to use a different mod here? What were those other fluid pipes? They were from Buildcraft Transport. So this looks like it has its own pump, assuming I'm understanding that correctly, a redstone engine here. Maybe we want a guidebook here. Can we make that somehow? Yeah, a wooden gear and 3 pieces of paper. Apparently that builds both of those, or they're both the same and just not listed. I believe this is actually where we had, yeah, the tank from. And the tank did work with the kiln, which I believe is also from Immersive, right? An alloy kiln? Or is that from Better with Mods? Shoot. Okay, the cross use of multiple mods is a little bit confusing. I think that actually might have been from Better with Mods here, the fluid tank. Or maybe I'm just completely nuts. Set it with add-ons? What on earth? Yeah, I've got no clue. I have no clue where I pulled that fluid tank from. Let's go and try to set up a large fluid pipe here. We'll pump in 3 buckets of water, maybe using an aqueduct or something, and just place it right outside of here so we can pretend like we're going all the way to the ocean. I'll go, well, mine our way out. Ah, too fast. Ah, perfect. So we'll set off in here, and I guess we'll just put our, like, fluid observation point here. Oh, right, we need to keep those. We'll use this cobblestone. So we'll set it up like so. We'll put a block on the outside here. We'll combine 3 water spots around there. It did say it was, as long as it was surrounded by 3 blocks, it would be fine. We'll unseal that temporarily. And pull from the water that is apparently not in the ocean, despite very much looking like it's in the ocean. And that's still not a solid block. Because of the way that water replenishment works in this mod, I don't actually think it will replenish the block in the middle. My hope is that it won't take from the block in the middle at all. What? Oh, come on. Clearly glitched me out here. Glitching just about everything out right now. So let's put that on that. And we'll stick a solid block in the middle and try to do piping to that. We probably should have had iron plates going so we could make more fluid processors here. If we place it like so, like that. So these are all these 3 blocks are stable water blocks. If we put the fluid pipe up to that last block that we put down, the last water spawn block, it should take from that, and according to the handbook logic, it should continually replenish from that. Not entirely sure if that's going to be how it'll work, but we're just gonna have to kind of hope that it does. I think making 12 probably be fine. That should give us quite a few. Yep, and those still making plates. We'll start getting the initial setup done with our remaining fluid pipes here. Yeah, so that definitely goes for an output. Please let me go. Please, oh please. Oh, I guess I have only one way to go. This is going to be slow going. Alright, and we're out. Just seal up the entrance again, too. We'll just leave that for now. And hopefully those fluid pipe, or the iron plates should all be done, yeah. That metal press is actually pretty efficient in terms of speed. Goes pretty fast, all things considered. This should be plenty of fluid pipes to reach that last block, I'm pretty sure. We definitely didn't go that far out. No. Back up, back up. Keep going. Keep going. We can just start jumping here. Okay, so is this an input? Is it flowing? I guess we'll have to check the machine to see. Not to mention sprint around the whole building again. So, are you functional? Yes. Output only bottom fluid. No. I think we should be fine. But let's try throwing our flour in here. Ooh, and some salt. We'll need a full stack of salt for this one. So we are running very low on our melon pie here. Alrighty. So assuming I did everything correctly, and assuming it's all set up all right, this should start doing something. This isn't filling up the way we thought it was. That is the input, right? So, because it looks like it should be filled up with water in here. For some reason, it's filled up with water in there. Let's check the recipe book. Oh no. Is this entirely the wrong type of machine to do this? Hold on a moment. This looks like it makes potions. Oh no. This may be entirely the wrong machine. So maybe that recipe was actually correct. Which is very unfortunate for my food needs at the moment. That's very unfortunate indeed. Okay, well, I absolutely completely refuse to make all of that dough by hand. That would take absolutely ages. Let's find a stopgap food. We have plenty of other meats and inedible, at least in recipe, food. So I guess let's move on to something else. Let's cook up some clownfish? Yeah, we could do that. We've got a lot of it. Like a lot of it, because we can't use it in crafting recipes for anything, I'm pretty sure. Oh, it makes potions of slowfall in our mixer here. Interesting. Cooked clownfish of multiple varieties. Yeah, interesting. We'll just do this cooked clownfish as a stopgap once our melon pie runs out. So we'll throw that in there and let that passively cook while we work on this industrial squeezer here. Isn't there an industrial mixer to make dough? Yes, we thought that was what this machine was. We thought that this was the industrial mixer. Evidently, this is just the mixer that happens to be industrial, because it looks like it only makes liquid items, liquid recipes here. So this is designed for use in potions and stuff like that. Not so much to make dough. The mixer that we actually want was correctly displayed. We just assumed that it was wrong. And that's using this stuff, which is, I believe the orange is modularium. So if I look up that machine casing, we do have access to it, but it does require this modularium stuff, which is a little annoying to make. Not terribly. It's only iron and aluminum and redstone, but because I can't look at this anywhere, it's not currently visible in the book, as far as I can see. This was the only mixer that I saw we had access to. I assume there's supposed to be more tabs here. Probably we can't see them because of the age or something like that. Or maybe there's an upgraded engineer's manual. Hold up here. No, manual. Is there an upgraded engineer's manual? Craft engineer's manual. Projector. Creepy cave noises. I'm not exactly sure how this projector works. I'd assume that this would be... Oh, no, this looks like it's for oil mining. Immersive petroleum, specifically. So I think this engineer's manual is all we've got for now in regards to that, because that mod this is from modular machinery. Yeah, this doesn't have any information at all. Just kind of shows you what's what. I do wish everything had a guidebook here. I don't have to run to a wiki or look at obscure builds off of that, but it is nighttime. We'll go and sleep down our failure and then move to, what was it, the industrial squeezer, because that is something that we have in our manual. There it is. Assuming this is the right squeezer. It just says squeezer. It doesn't say industrial squeezer. Is it from the same mod? It is from Immersive Engineering. Ooh, I'm concerned. Projector is used to put a hologram of those big structures in the world so you can place the blocks easier. Oh, okay. Assuming that didn't just work for... Oh, wow. Air crusher. Oh, wow. Okay. So these actually... Yeah, they make that so much easier. How do we make one of these? Planks, a lantern, any sort of glass. The lantern is made with glowstone, which we can make, iron plates, and panes of glass. Okay, that might be worthwhile then. I assume that we won't have to make an individual one like it says here for each component. We'll go grab some sand just for when this happens. And presumably we'll be able to cycle through each of those projections. That's some limestone. Here is sand. No, we'll just need one because we're making panes. Gotta check the book to see how to cycle through the recipes, though. Ah, okay. So I'd assume that you need, like, slides or something like that, which I'm pretty sure would be easy enough to create. Oh, and we've got all this lovely sand now, which is just perfect. Why am I putting it in this mixer? This mixer is totally useless to me. Get out of here. I need to put this in the, in here. And neither of these are on. Perfect. So once that's put out, we can put the panes in there and get to that whole projecting thing faster. We'll just save one of them up in that corner. All of the rest of that stuff... Oh, shoot. All the rest of that stuff should be pretty simple to make. It's all basic pieces. We've got treated wood planks, we've got glass proper, and we've got iron ingots. We will have to make some more iron plates, but that should be good. Oh, I am actually assuming that glowstone is made the normal way it's made. Right? Yeah. Does seem to be made in the crafting bench the normal way, so I don't have to compress it or anything. But glass pane should be good. This should make 2 of them, if I'm not mistaken. I think that'll do 2. And we'll start on this squeezer as well. Oh, conveniently we have the fluid pipes, for which we only need 2. I'll actually rebuild the floor here. Even though this mixer isn't what we needed, we do have it in the event that we, for whatever reason, want to mix something. So we'll just put the floor back the way it was. Oops. Glass panes for the projector. Grabbed, we'll make 2 iron plates for the lenses. We'll go grab our full glass piece. And last but not least, I think a treated wooden block. Oh, right, we should grab and create that glowstone as well. We'll have to hope that clownfish is done by the time we run out of... Yeah, that does still make it the same way. We'll have to hope that clownfish is done by the time we run out of this melon pie. So, press, very fast, very cool. Glowstone in the center. the iron plates on the top and bottom, and the panes on the side. And that, oh, that actually makes us 3 lanterns. Nice. And then it should just be, ooh, what's the last block? Ah, treated iron, or treated wooden planks. And that'll make ourselves a projector. Oh, and that was actually an achievement. That's nice. So, yeah, let's go look in the book and see how that exactly works here. Tools, probably? Amazingly, no. Perhaps a simple machine. Also, no. Immersive tech. Still no. And also, Ah, here it is, multi-block projector. When it comes to building large multi-block structures, referring to your engineer's manual time and time again has grown tedious. Yeah, no kidding. By crafting a primitive projector device, you believe you can project schematics of these structures into the world to use as a template. So if you turn your engineer's manual to the page of a multi-block structure and place it inside a crafting bench alongside the projector, you can set the internal slide to match that multi-block. The projector will then act as a 3-dimensional building guide. Okay, so that's actually pretty neat. So if I had this on, what are we looking for? The squeezer, and we throw this and that in there, makes a squeezer. Oh, yeah, look at that. Look at that. Oh, that's pretty neat. How do we turn it off, though? Uh-oh. Okay. So, yeah, that's nice. We can actually use that later when we actually get all the components required for the squeezer down. I guess the squeezer will go next to the mixer here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Has enough space on the sides. Yeah, the squeezer looks like it's a 3x3 block. No, give me it back. Give me my lovely, lovely camera. So we'll just put that there for now. Oh, and I see moving it out of our, inventory, immediate inventory actually removes it straight from the world. So that's pretty nice. So let's go check what we actually need in the process of making this. So we need a fluid pipe, 2 of them, which we already have because we had all those extras. And we might as well stick the extras for that back in the chest. We need steel scaffolding, another redstone engineering block, 2 more light engineering blocks, wooden barrels. I wonder if that will accept just any of them. No, it looks like they're specifically from Immersive Engineering here. Oh, but that's pretty simple. Just treated slabs and planks. So we just need 4 of those. In fact, I'll just make that right off the bat because it's pretty simple. I think we'll need that and... Oh, perfect. Exact amount needed. When it got those 4 wooden barrels, we need a single piston and 3 steel fences. Which, let's see, we use our steel to make sticks. Yeah, it doesn't need steel rods for the fencing. So I guess we'll go and do that first. 3 steel fences should be done with that much steel. 2 to be pressed. No, 1 to be pressed into 2 steel rods. And then the 4 to go on the sides. We'll just have to make sure to swap out the mold before we do that so we don't accidentally turn them into something we don't want. Well. Perfect. We'll get our steel fence. Exactly enough for us, I think. Yep, perfect. The pistons, we are still using the leftovers that we grabbed from the Twilight Forest structure, the Ergast Tower, I believe it was. Yeah, we're still relying on those. I'd rather not make them if I don't have to. Not that they're particularly difficult to make now that we've got to this era, but it's just, you know, if we have them, we might as well use them up instead of wasting the resources. Steel scaffolding, I believe that's plates, right? Steel scaffolding. Oh no, that's the more rods and ingots. And we just need exactly 6 of those. So we'll have an extra rod, I guess. Unless we already have one? No, we do not. Shame. Unfortunately, we'll need to sacrifice 2 ingots to the rod machine here. Otherwise, we will... So we'll have one left over. Otherwise, we would not have quite enough. Let's get that part made. 6 steel scaffolding. Perfect. We already had steel scaffolding. Oh, but not enough. Okay. So good news for us. And then lastly, the complex blocks to make. So we need, was it light engineering blocks, which will lead the iron mechanical components. Conveniently, we still have some. Actually, I'll just leave them there. I suppose I'll be pulling them out of the crafting recipe, or the doing the crafting on this table anyway. It also required copper and iron just by itself. So I think we should be good. Oh, I was checking the number. That's what I was doing there. We need 2 of them, so we'll just need to do 1 crafting recipe. That'll be iron in each of the corners. Copper across the middle, and where did they go? Iron mechanical components on the top and bottom. Perfect. We need to clean out our inventory, though. Oh, and it's become nighttime as well. So we'll stick the worms in there. Keep collecting. Let's get our inventory sorted out from the random items that we keep picking up. Plant fibers. This cobblestone can be unmade. We can make it just back into normal cobblestone. Let that go. There it is. How you go speed. I'm assuming you're referring to how I run so fast. You need these wild dog pelt boots. You should be able to make those in... Ooh, I don't know if that's actually tier 2 or tier 1. Sorry, age 2 or age 1. I think it should be age 1 where you'll be able to make glue. I think that's when you first get access to cauldrons. If not glue, then use the slime balls, and then bundles of feathers, and then just the wild dog pelts. Those will probably be the ones that take you the longest to get. It took me a long time to see the wild dog pelts. All of this stuff. Not that, not that. This, that, and those. All those stuff are going to be used in our crafting recipe, and we'll go to bed here. You have the wild dog pelts. A lot of them may be able to make a full armor set with it. I'd advise against a full armor set. The boots are probably going to be enough with you. In all honesty, I had no idea you could make more than boots with this. I don't think you actually can. Yeah, you can only make the wild dog pelt boots with that. There's no full armor set for it, unfortunately. But I think the last thing on our docket here is just that redstone engineering block. Unfortunately, we will have to use up some more nickel. And we just need the 1 block too, so I think we should be good with just 1 nickel. Let's grab 2 just in case. Nickel and what was it? Copper. Constantin. Yeah, copper. So if we have extra Constantin that we don't need, we can always put it, cast it out back into an ingot, and make it into whatever we need later. We'll use it as a recasting agent. And then once that's done, we need to throw in the redstone and the glowstone as well. So we might as well do that now. How's our redstone supply doing? Redstone, 3 stacks plus a little bit. Not too bad. In fact, I think we only need 1 of both of these. I said 1. There we go. Whoa, ho, ho, whoa, whoa. Hold up, what? I had nickel in there. Okay. That was undesired. I didn't mean to have that happen. So apparently we've made whatever this Invar stuff is. Oops. Well, Invar. I guess we'll cast that out to ingots first. I'm not quite sure what that's for. For a nickel plate a while back. Did I have extra? I thought I put exactly as much as I needed. Yeah, not entirely sure. Okay, well, we have Invar now for whatever needs we could need Invar for. Not exactly sure what this is used for. Well, we can obviously cast it out. Other than that, it just seems like it casts into all the random bits and bobs we already know. Maybe we'll need some of those in a crafting recipe? I'm not sure. Shoot. What did we need to put in with that nickel? I think it was copper. I guess we'll just end up with the 1. And we'll put those in there as well for then whenever that happens. It should smelt up pretty easily. We'll also need to fix our lava situation because we're running rather low. Is there really no upgraded bucket? I would love a better bucket, a well bucket, apparently. I was really hoping the jerry can would be an upgrade to this. So can we make this into something better? Pressurized air tank, large tank, that jerry can. Fluid filter? No, probably not it. Lubricant can, I would assume, is only for, well, lubricant, judging by the name. There's really no upgraded bucket, really. Watering can, but that's definitely not what you need. Yeah. I guess the buckets is the best we'll get, or at least it's not part of a crafting recipe for anything better. So we'll just have to work with it. So the redstone alloy we'll just cast out. I guess we do need 2 glowstone and redstone per thing. Let's see, glowstone, redstone, perfect. Oh, let's go grab our fish, because we are running low on that. Melon pie, finally. Just situate that over there. We could probably afford to put this plate press object thing, whatever it is, back. Along with all this extra stuff that we don't need to carry around on us at the moment. And once this does melt down, we should be able to cast out the last of our redstone alloy plates. And then is it... here it is. There it is. Yeah, iron plates that we need. We do still have those extra vacuum tubes. But we'll need more iron plates. To get that to go function. And there we go, redstone alloy. Okay. So once this is all placed in, grab these iron plates, done nice and quick. And we'll have our redstone engineering block. And that should be the very last block we need, right? Yep, we're all set. Okay, let's go place this projector down, or keep it on us, whatever we're doing with it. And let's build our blocks here. So it looks like we need that scaffolding here. Oh yeah, this is super convenient. Oh, and it even highlights where you actually, where you need to place it. Doesn't help you place it, but you know, it's only so much it can do. We need a light engineering block there. This is super convenient. Fluid pipe. Oh, and it even moves up automatically. This is fantastic. Though I have a feeling it's in the incorrect orientation. Yeah, we want to actually rotate this around. So we do need to reset this, unfortunately. Which we can do fairly easily. Middle click to rotate. So we want the outside to be here, if I'm thinking the outside is correct. The redstone block should be on the right side, the right corner of the outside. So it should be there. Perfect. And then we'll set that up and start doing our building again in the correct orientation this time. There's our fluid pipes. Our wooden barrels, and I assume it doesn't matter the direction the piston is placed in. Right? Surely it doesn't. We just use the engineering hammer? Yeah, there we go. Oh, and this is... How do we cancel this? Okay, perfect. Shift right click to cancel. Perfect. But we now have a squeezer, which means we can finally make that hop ingot. Now, to make that hop graphite dust, we need 8 coke dust. And it doesn't look like anything else here. We'll also need to power this thing, probably through the top here. So let's go. Oh, and we'll actually need to get this powered up too, even though... Oh, ow, ow, ow. Even though we're not using it. Do we have spare connectors? We do not. And we've only got one relay as well, so... let's go make the both of those. I think those are all just copper and terracotta here. You can jump 6 blocks. I know you can jump 4 with the wild dog pulp boost. I'm not exactly sure how you're jumping higher than that. Maybe something I overlooked, but jumping 6 blocks honestly counts like it sounds like a bit of an inconvenience. Jump boost 3. Oh, okay. Personally, it sounds like a little bit of an inconvenience to me. Jumping 4 blocks, even now sometimes, is it a bit of an inconvenience. Totems. Yeah, totems are very useful. I honestly probably should have blocked up the base here with totems, at least for I believe it's the ocelots that keep the creepers from exploding, but I haven't had any invasions in quite some time, so I don't think we need to worry about that too much anymore. Earlier on, though, probably would have been a good idea for me to do that. I think I need 5 total. And some of that terracotta. I'll need 6 of that. This is terracotta? Yeah. Perfect. And wire controller, or connector, wire relay. Perfect. And I suppose we should nap. Let's get to bed at a reasonable time tonight. You go faster than me? Honestly, if I went any faster, I'd just be hitting things left and right. I've done that in the oceans before so many times. I am totally fine with the speed that I'm going at. Let's set up the relay. Honestly, let's just set up the relays around the whole room, at least the connectors for it. And we'll just kind of set up a big circle around there. We'll need the wire, unfortunately. We might as well get the connectors on top of all the machines that are going on. And we'll get those all hooked up once we get the wire from up top here. So I think we'll hook this one up from the corner. Wire thusly hooked up. These should all eventually work. And we'll just hook that up around for to doubly ensure that we're getting everything connected here. This should, yeah, these both have power now. Let's go get that coal coke dust. We'll need to grind some of that up. Actually, we need to grind all of it up if we want to make the hop graphite ingot stuff. Do need 8. How much does one of these put out? So it's a 1-to-1 ratio of coal coke to... Oh, shoot, we're all filled up. Well, tell you what, I'll just break those which don't store their inventory and then unbreak them. So we've got enough for 2. I think the way that we get that is in the crusher, right? The actual coke dust. Yes, that is in the crusher. So we'll go and toss that in there. Like so. It should come out in there. Oh, that's actually pretty fast, too. Yeah, that is pretty much immediate. It's about as fast as the metal press, really. So we'll store this extra sand. Maybe we'll even store the sand in its own box here. Because we're probably going to be getting quite a bit of it. Yeah, I think I will. Oops. Not like that, though. And that'll give sand its own little place to live for a while. Perfect. We've got 6, almost 7 stacks of sand if we ever need that. And this should be working again. Uh-oh. Though it is going very slowly because this is not actually gaining power anymore. Why is it not gaining power? Is this capacitor out? No. I am not sure. This is all at full capacity. Not sure why I really hooked up this side of the room. There's not really much room for actual machinery. Yeah, these are all operating at full capacity. Maybe it's just the fact that it is immediately dumping all of its energy. I'll quickly break it and replace it just to make sure that nothing's going on with it. No issues are occurring. I think it's still functional. I honestly can't remember the speed at which it goes without it, because it is pretty freaking slow without it. We'll go and break the 2 of these so they can keep filling up here. Weird. Kind of strange. I might actually make a second preheater for this other side, just to get this to go a little faster. There's nothing on this side that explicitly needs input from this machine, from the arc furnace. It's all in the back here. So I think we should be safe to do that. The preheater was not too bad. The coke oven preheater wasn't too bad. Just iron sheet metal and this external heater stuff, which isn't too bad to make as well. So let's go and do that. We'll need to start off with the iron sheet metal, which I believe is just, yeah, iron plates. We needed 6 of that. I think it makes 4 per, so we'll have some extra with this plate. Plate on there? Yes. Next up, we can start moving over to the copper wire. Shoot, each of those 4... I think go 1-to-1, right? So we'll need, and each of them make 4. So it'll eventually turn back to as many as I make with it. And we'll need 8 total, so we just need 8 total copper. along with this wire snipper. Nope, scratch that. We need to turn these into plates first. Actually, scratch that, scratch that. We'll just make them straight into wires. Okay, iron plate thusly made. Nope, that's not what I'm going for. I'm going for this shape to make us the iron sheet metal, for which we need 6. Oh, and this is actually making more wire per piece than the wire stripper. I guess that kind of makes sense since it is a machine. It is more efficient. I guess we'll just have some spare wire. But we need to get this wrapped around a stick. Luckily, we've got the treated sticks. And that'll make us 4 LV coils of wire. Just an iron ingot in the middle. And we should be good here. Yes, perfect. Oh, no, but we actually need 2 of these, don't we? Okay, yeah, so the amount of wire I actually made was totally perfect. There we go. It's just copper in a kind of T-shape, redstone on the bottom, and iron to finish off the pattern. With that copper coil at the bottom, and where's our redstone? There it is. Wow, the first time we've actually touched it from inside this chest. Very interesting, but it should just be all this, and then, bam, we've got another preheater. Oops. And we just got to get that hooked up to our power sources here. Which we don't have any of. Oh, we're actually out of food? No, we just misplaced our food. Power source, there's the connector. We have the wire, right? Yeah, there it is. We should double our speed here. It's becoming a little bit of a cable snag in this corner, though. How fast is this going now? Slow. Not the slightest bit faster. Seriously, do I have to turn these on or something? What am I doing wrong here? Hold up. These 2 separate blocks have different IF levels. Why? Why? I think it was in here. I can't get to the preheater from here. Simple machines, maybe? No, this external heater, sort of a thermal generator? No, so it's not that. What the heck? Where are these preheaters? Why aren't they listed? Why aren't they explained here? If anybody's got some assistance, I would not mind some. Because I am at a loss. I may have just found them through just enough items here, through the item resources, but I can't believe they're not in the book anywhere. I'm amazed that they're not in here. Do I have to hook up all 3 of these somehow? That can't possibly be right. Right? I guess let's mark more connectors. We'll test out the theory. For which we will need copper. And terracotta. We'll just make 2 sets of these. And we'll just try to hook up the entirety of this to our power lines, I guess. I don't know. We've actually... Oops. Still oops. You're kidding. We could make a relay in the center, I suppose. Oops. And then just hook this up to power lines. So now do these have electricity? No, they don't. So I knew that wasn't going to be the thing, but... Ooh, that's not entirely what I wanted to go. I wanted to have happen there. Why the heck are these not powering? I assume, judging by the fact that there are fins, I assume that they should be spinning if they're on. I thought it might have just been that they don't have a very large effect on the speed of it, and they were actually working, but evidently that's not the case. You might need to give it a redstone signal. I feel like we tried that. I feel like we gave that a shot and it didn't end up doing anything. So if well, I'll just stick one on the side here. Yeah, nothing. This should be powering this block. I'll stick it underneath even. Yeah, and there's 0 visible change. So I am very confused as to what's going on here. Now this one has power all the way from the front to the back. This one doesn't have power in the front to back, but this is draining, I think. What is wrong here? I really have no clue. It's not like the biggest deal in the world, it's just a little inconvenient and a little confusing, honestly. I feel like everything I've done there should be essentially making it function properly, but it's just not. I guess I also need to make more sticks here. Some more treated wood plank sticks. We'll make some extra. Well, dang. Or maybe not dang if they're working. I very much cannot tell. I wish I had a display of some sort. Yeah, engineer's hammer doesn't seem to do anything to them. So I guess we'll just kind of leave that as is. We'll go throw this redstone torch back into its spot. I'm so confused as to why this isn't working at all. We can't really dwell on it though. We've got to grab, I suppose, all of this. We've got to crush 8 of it into this stuff, this coke dust. And I might stick a soundproofing block here. Not really sure. It extends, I think it's at 6 blocks out in every direction. So if I stick it there, I think it should mute that a little bit. It is a little bit loud. I'm probably not going to turn it all the way down. In the book, under the furnace section. Furnace. Crude blast furnace, perhaps? I haven't seen a specific furnace section here. Shaders. Yeah, I wish it was more explicit with separating. I wish there was some sort of search function, because there's really not. You just gotta look through every single tab. I'm looking for just a furnace section, because there's improved blast furnaces. My goodness, arc furnaces. advanced coke ovens, which is what we're actually plugging it into. Each preheater requires 32 flux per tick to operate. I think they're getting that. It's for the advanced coke oven. Yes, it is for the advanced coke oven. Each oven can have 2 preheaters connected to the ports on either side. I'm not sure exactly how that works. 1 per side. I'm thinking you have the wrong preheaters. No, that can't possibly be right. This is specifically the coke oven preheaters. Because the blast furnace preheater just wouldn't connect as far as I knew. I mean, we can try the blast furnace when we do have an extra just laying around since we upgraded our blast furnace to an arc furnace, which is not yet functional. But let's see, here it is. I don't think it'll work out any better. Put it in this place. Yeah, it doesn't even want to connect up here. So there's that. Oh, right. And a connector. Yeah, so that charges up. Has no visual effect. There were 2 kinds. Yeah, no worries. We're in the same boat here. We're not entirely sure what's going on. Why it isn't visibly working, or why it isn't working very well, if it is working. But I guess we'll just leave it plugged up here. If it works, it may work. Maybe. Perhaps, possibly. I'm just not entirely sure. For the meantime, at least, let's go take this coke dust and throw it in the industrial squeezer here. Whoa! Yeah, that drained that power super fast. Holy moly. So maybe it's our... I wish I could see the power draw on the actual relays. Let me check our capacitor up top. Maybe it's something to do with the capacitor, because we do have a low voltage capacitor. It is going to the positive. I think it dropped straight to 0, though. So maybe we were just not at the capacitor space. Let me see how much it explicitly says water wheels and windmills put in. Not very powerful. Okay. That's not helpful for us. How do we know? Current transformer. Okay, could be hooked up on in any power line and keep track of the energy transferred through it, returning an average flux per tick upon right click. So maybe we want to stick a transformer here in between the 2 floors. That way we'll be able to see how much energy is being put forth and how much is actually going through. Oh, I guess this is... Wait a minute. So which transformer type do we need? Current transformer. So that's this one. We could probably put that in the ceiling, right? Or maybe like hang it off of a block. Hopefully it turns sideways there. That'll at least keep a monitor on power usage and stuff. We'll put... How will we do this? I want to separate out our floors here. So we can identify each one as power hungry or whatever have you. This isn't too bad to make. These copper coil blocks are a little inconvenient to create. Yeah, no recipe for those other than crafting that. So maybe we'll just make mass low voltage wire coils. Maybe. We do have some spare wire, I think, right? Do we use up all our wire? I guess we did. Is there a voltimeter I can make? Let's check the tools. I'm not seeing anything here. Maybe this engineer's handbag or engineer's toolbox here? Used to store all the essentials of an engineer. Hovering over relevant slots tells you what they will accept. Oh, okay. Actually, yeah, we might as well make this toolbox. This will help us just carry around wires and bits and bobs like that without having to keep that in our inventory. So, toolbox. There it is. Aluminum plate, red dye powder, and a wooden storage crate. Oops, not what I wanted to look at. And that is just treated wood planks. Why am I doing it from here? Just take them out and kabam. Wooden storage crate. Red dye powder. We've got plenty of red dye sources. I don't know if we actually have the dye powder specifically. And we have, or we should have, aluminum both in cluster form and in already cast out form. Is this tin? Yeah, that's tin. This is aluminum, I think. We'll grab 3 of those and just put them through the plating machine. Plating machine, right? Yeah, plates. So plates on there. Perfect. Aluminum. Pop away. Stay back, fiend. Stay back. Ah, we do actually have that. I wouldn't visually distinguish this as a voltimeter, but it exists. So it needs a compass, which we can make. I think we already have one, actually, if we didn't convert it to not a compass. I think whatever the quest on that had. Maybe a depth meter. But if we do still have it, we'll go and use that. Might as well. Yeah, no, I don't think we have it still. We'll go rest the night away. We'll grab red dye powder, and if not, we'll grab red dye and mulch it up. So red dye powder, perfect, right in there. We'll make this toolbox, and then we'll get on making that voltmeter. That goes there, aluminum across the top, and we've got our engineer's toolbox. So, tools, food, wiring. Stick the wiring in there. We'll grab our engineer's hammer out of there. We'll finally be able to store that somewhere. Lovely. And just anything. You can stick in that bottom slot. Oh, right, and we have to do something with this hop dust, don't we? These hop graphite ingot. To make it into hop graphite ingot, rather. Ooh, we're going to need to make a lot of this, actually. So, once we make it into the ingot, we'll actually have to keep 4 of them to press into an electrode. And keep at least 1 to make this arc furnace electrode blueprint. Which, yeah, the only thing it makes are graphite electrodes. So that's a little inconvenient. I guess we might as well keep grabbing this coal coke. We'll take it in batches of 8, so we've got 16 right now. Plus whatever this has managed to churn out. Oh, 32 right now. And we'll just keep throwing it into the crusher until we have a bunch. Okay, and we might as well get this turned into the blueprint so we can make fully efficient graphite electrodes. That's the one. For that, we'll need more paper, more blue dye powder, and just that powder. We've got the blue dye powder. Do we have the paper? I think we might be out. But we do make them in batches of 3, so we'll have exactly enough once we do make it. We don't have any remaining. That goes there. Our sawdust is surely not out. No, it's in here. There we go. We'll go and turn this into pulp manually, unfortunately. With the basin. Oops, and there we go. Nice and refilled. Everything's so quiet there. You know, as loud as it is, I'm kind of thinking I'm not going to put the soundproofing in our factory unless it gets like unbearably loud. Because I kind of like it. We can just barely hear the sound in this building, in our workshop over here. And it kind of, one, it weirds me out, just because I feel like my headphones are going deaf every time I run through there. And 2, you know, the sounds of machinery going just makes me feel that little bit more productive. I feel like I've actually accomplished something, you know? So I might actually keep that on. For now, we'll just wait for this unbearably long pulp drying time. And we'll hopefully have gotten these all finished here. Yeah, there it is. So we'll check. That'll go straight down. Let's check our capacitor up top. Might need to make a lot more of those. Or make a medium voltage capacitor, I suppose. Yeah, that's completely drained as well. So did it explain in the engineer's manual here how much flux each of these machines takes? So that'll be the squeezer. Redstone signals, yada yada. Yeah, no, it doesn't explain how much flux it takes per tick for a lot of these. Some of them it does explicitly, but a lot of these it does not. So I think we might need a better source of energy at this point, because we are starting to get to bigger machines, and it seems like the machines that we have for generating electricity with the windmill and the water mills and whatnot aren't quite enough. Let's look here. So we can get a thermoelectric generator, placing a hot fluid on one side and a colder fluid on the other. Generates energy based on the difference between the 2 temperatures. The list on the following page contains other non-fluid blocks which can be used as sources of temperature. So we use packed ice, uranium, and magma blocks. We can't use, like, lava or anything? Come on. That sort of sucks. I assume we don't have access to uranium. Oh, we totally do. No, we have access to uranium sheet metal. So magma, I think we may have picked up some in the nether. We can also craft it with this magma cream that we got from somewhere. Maybe we'll do that. We don't, unfortunately, have access to ice. And I don't know if we can actually make it. I can make packed ice via that. Not sure what this is, but we don't have access to it. Apparently chisel ice. Make it with an unfamiliar machine or a hydrator, which uses snow, which we also don't have access to. Or this solidifier with a stick and water. Ah, or starlight infusion. That we can do. So I guess we're going back to astral sorcery here. Once I think those pages are done drying, so once we make this new blueprint that we'll have. So let's go, actually no, I think that's in here. Craft one of these into a, perfect, graphite electrode blueprint. Only one type of a blueprint. That one. And let me actually see what it requires. So that Yeah, it does require still 4 graphite ingots. A little bit unfortunate, but oh well. And let's go bring some glass. I think it's 4 glass. Actually, let's bring 16 glass. Well, I really don't want to have to go up there every time I want to get some packed ice, get some ice, because I assume the ice will melt eventually, or it'll disappear, or something like that. So I don't want to have that happen. Maybe worth investing in the solidifier. Ooh, because it looks like we could make obsidian here. We can make milk without having to actually milk anything. Few various disparate bits. I think this might be worth it. I think it might be worth it to create the solidifier. It requires lily pads, glowstone dust, a block of iron, and an observer, which we can make with another quartz, which we don't yet have, and cobblestone, along with some redstone. Maybe we can make this block update detector? No. So I think the hardest thing will be to get observers. I think the lily patch we should already have somewhere, right? I swear we picked some of those up from the swamp. Yes, we did. Okay, perfect. While I mull over the decision for that, I'm actually going to step up for a quick second and take a petty trip to the bathroom for just a moment here. So I will be right back. Alrighty then. Bathroom trip thus concluded. I have made a decision. We are going to try, emphasis on try, to get this solidifier going. This does require getting nether quartz. We now have something that has a mining level of obsidian, which should theoretically mean that it can mine nether quartz. I suppose time doesn't really matter in the nether. So we'll go and take a quick trip in there. See if we can find something close to us. I'm pretty sure we've seen a bit of it before. We just weren't actually able to get it with our current iron tool. Our iron pickaxe. So, once we load in, with a very toasty hellscape. Yeah, look at that. How do I harvest this most efficiently here? Like that. And we got some nether quartz. I'll actually grab the rest in here. I'll cut a temporary hole in our base. I might actually grab a little bit extra since it's so close by us. Just seems like a waste to not do it, you know? Oh, come on. Wait, are you still mad at me? Nope, we're good. They've totally forgot about that war crime I kind of perpetrated, rather. Which was definitely unintentional. And they really, you know, just overreacted to me kind of murdering their kinfolk. is all I have to say about that. But with this short trip to the Nether done, we'll head back and we'll go and make that solidifier. Oh, oh goodness. Oh, the world. Come on. There you go. I wonder if we ever figured out whether it was the world was still loaded even after we went to a different dimension. I think we said we would figure it out, and I don't think we ever actually confirmed that it did that. I gotta stick the extra fiery netherrack and the nether quartz in the nether chest and get to crafting this thing. Now, I believe it was redstone, 2 redstone in the center, cobblestone all around. So that should be 6, and then like this for the observer, yeah? Perfect. All right, we don't need to keep that, any of those in there. And then, other than that, we needed those lily pads. And was it glowstone dust? I want to say it was glowstone dust. Yeah, glowstone dust. Oh, and a block of iron in the center. We'll take this to make up the bottom and a block of iron, which I guess we'll make on the press. We do need to pull out iron anyway. Oh, we're totally out of iron. Though we have a few clusters here, so let's just pull out 4. We'll throw them all into the smeltery here and set it ticking. Nope. Quickly. There we go. And we'll just leave that because we are getting low on iron in here, and we're getting low on iron. We have no iron actually in the base. So we'll go and pack this with our mold here. Yeah, there we go. Oh, we only need to do that real fast. And now we should have a solidifier. Huzzah. So I think I'll put this in this workshop over here. It's just a little block. And there's a fair bit of unused space over here. I think I'll just put it back there. So I think it was a stick and some water, I want to say, that it used to make ice. And we do want to make 16 bits of ice. I don't know how long this will take, though. Let's go and toss that in there, see how this will work. How do I get the water in there? Uh-oh. Cyclic. Does Cyclic have a instruction booklet? Any book. Cyclic guidebook. Actually, do we already have that? I swear we already made that at some point. Give me my bucket of water back. Yeah, we totally did. All right, perfect. Neither of those are options we need, so that'll probably be machines. A harvester. Ooh. That's kind of useful. Block placer also seems pretty useful. I think we are looking for, there it is, the solidifier. Cool fluid into solid items with just enough item support and craft tweakers and script support. But how do we do that? This does not have the information that I need it to have here. Yeah, no extraneous pages here. Is there an introduction somehow? Alrighty. With no questions answered, let's pour it on top. Nope. I don't want to break everything here. Wait a second. Does that have water? No. What if we nestle this into the ground? Oops. Not that far into the ground. Yeah, that far into the ground. What if we do... Actually, 2 down. What if we do that and put water on top of it? Anything? No. Let's check out the cyclic book a little more here. Maybe there's another object here that puts water in. Fluid storage tank? It's not a tank, it's a fake tank. It instead stores the full bucket along with the liquid, meant for low-tech players to transport large numbers of buckets. What? Okay, so maybe that's a better tank. Fluid pipe. Ah, here's a different one. Each cable segment holds a small amount and gets pushed through from previous cable segments. It can go out in any direction it can find. Disable output on the face of a cable by hitting with a redstone torch. Okay, so this is probably what we need to go get. Unfortunately, like, there are lots of fluid types. So we do need to narrow it down here. And it's not present. Okay. That was a fluid pipe, right? Yep, fluid pipe. A deep and very confused Yeah, because I didn't recognize anything with that icon on it. So how do we use this bloody solidifier? Oh, no. Come back. Stop. Oh, don't break everything. Okay. I think it's here. I really hope it's there. Yeah, I think it is. That the hibachi is supposed to be. Put that redstone down so we know that it's on. So how do I put you in there? Please. Please let me know. I've been shift-clicking the bucket on here. Tossing it on top doesn't seem to do anything. Putting it below, perhaps? Nope. It seems to make no difference. Okay. I am completely out of ideas now. Totally and completely here. So I guess we're going for the astral sorcery stuff. I really like to avoid it if I could, but it seems like I can't. So glass to the other stuff it is. And we'll probably need... I think we've got buckets up there for the liquid starlight. And we'll have to wait till dusk to do that, I think. At least this is coming along well. I think. Hopefully. That's the dream. How is our hop graphite ingot going? 4. All 4 already done. Which means our power system is back up to full capacity here. Presumably. Not that full capacity apparently means all that much. Let's see if we can make medium voltage capacitors instead. Iron ingot, electrum, lead, and a block of redstone. You could turn one into another for some reason. Not really sure as to how or why you would want to do that, but we do have the spare electrum. Honestly, we might try to just throw this into there. Does it have details on how much capacity it can contain? Oh, speaking of things being contained, can I throw my book in here? Is that considered a tool? No, it's not food. I guess I can put it in this anything bit. But we'll just leave the toolbox here for now. Look at that. Oh, that's pretty quaint. That's pretty nice. Let's go check. Let's see. Wiring, generators, transformers, maybe? No. Redstone wires. That's just a long distance version of redstone. No. Or we can make a lightning rod to get some thunder electricity. No, lightning electricity. Thunder is the sound, lightning is the strike. So, is it not? Yeah, it gives literally zero information here. Second image on page 4. Okay, so that's a transformer somehow. Oh, we might need this to we might need this to convert the low power electricity to the high power electricity, or vice versa. Why is electricity so poorly defined, so poorly explained in this, and yet relied on so heavily here? No, it does mention the voltmeter. So you were totally right, Ryan. That is actually mentioned completely, but it has no crafting recipe, and it's the details here are not. Oh. Sneak right click 2 connectors to calculate the average loss between them. So we actually do lose power going over the connectors. That is unfortunate. That's actually super unfortunate. Yeah, that's a huge problem because we have a lot of connectors. Just because that's, well, frankly, what's most efficient for transporting power, but they're insulated, right? So maybe they don't lose power nearly as badly as the other stuff? That's the hope, at least. That's my dream. Okay, well, we're not going to deal with that for now, because we are here, and we are preparing to do glass things? Maybe? Starlight Infusion, right? Yeah. So one of these pools in this must not be full. So grab our extra bucket of starlight here. Which of these pools looks more uneven than the others, to you guys? None of them. They all look pretty even. There's a very obvious texture difference. I'm sorry, what? Did I do something wrong here? Surely I don't have to convert it to a specific type, right? Nope. Starlit infuser. Throw in glass. Get out ice. These all seem to have the texture. Tell me your secrets. Why are you not working? This happens, I swear, this happens every time I come up here. Oh, no, it doesn't. It only does when I'm an absolute fool, because I need the resonating one to start this thing. There we go, you doofus. Oh, you know what? Dang, I should have put this in my engineer's toolbox. Huzzah! Did it drain any of you? Nope, still doing great. Next turn. There we go. And we've got a flare. Oh, I see. The flare must mean that, that must mean that I've run out of liquid starlight somewhere. So let's go get a bucket of the stuff placed down. We'll keep the process going, and we'll stick a rock crystal on top of that one. So we can keep everything moving along here. There. Any flares? Nope, we're still good. We're still good, right? I think we're not good. But which one is not good? One of these. I think this middle one here, perhaps. Ah, you can actually see up at the top here. If we look down, this is liquid starlight, this is marble, this is liquid starlight. So it's the one in the middle. I need to clear some more space. There we go. So we'll just do this all night, and then we'll pack these ice cubes together to make packed ice. Actually, hold on. We only need those 4 because it's 4 packed ice. No, hold up. Yeah, ice to make packed ice. And apparently be done with the hydrator, but considering the issues we had with the solidifier from Cyclic, I'm probably not going to try to do that here. We'll just use this hardcore packing stuff. It's better with add-ons. We'll go toss all of this stuff back. Any bits and bobs here? No, looks like they all save themselves. So we'll just stick our extra bucket back along with the wand. You guys sit until I can do something with you next. We'll replace all of our items, and then we'll go to bed. We'll figure out how to do that hardcore packing stuff later. That is in the better with add-ons bit. So we'll see what it has to say about that. It's a shame I can't use the horse... that thing. Horse press, that's the one. Shame I can't do that for ice, but I do kind of understand why that would not be the case. Packing ice does seem different to doing all that other stuff. We'll throw that completely useless cyclic book back. And check out the better with add-on stuff here. Resources construction, maybe? No. Still no. Drying unit, soaking unit. Hold on a moment here. Maybe it's just in the better with mods bit of it? Hopper, bellows, screw pump. Oh, hold on a minute. Well bucket can hold 8 buckets of water inside. When next to a water source, it will slowly fill up its buffer. Be attached to a rope and even moved by a pulley. Okay, never mind. I was hoping that was actually a better, bucket, but it turns out I think you have to place that in the world, so it doesn't quite work the way we need it to. Dang it! Why is everything so obfuscated? Hacker. Oh, this is just the worst. So do I just have to have 4 pistons shove this together? I guess so. I do have 4 pistons. And I can make some more levers here. I guess I only need to really make 1. Though it did give me enough for 2, so I guess I'll make that. We'll get some redstone to line the outside of the circle with. And I guess we'll just try to set this up as weirdly as possible. So, it faces towards me when I place it down, right? So let's say, let's put it in this empty space. We'll say the center block should go like here-ish. So that'll be a block, this will be a piston, and it'll push out that way. Block, piston, block, piston, block, piston. If we want to hook up all the wiring to this, so it's all on one circuit. I guess we'll need more than that for redstone. Didn't need quite that much, but okay. We'll just need to wrap this up like so. And we'll strap a lever to it. And that'll turn none of them on. Why did it turn none of them on? Oh, redstone is so confusing. Okay. New plan. Close front door. Put lever down first. Maybe the issue was that I didn't have a block leading into any of them. Maybe that was the problem. So instead of like that, we need one like that, where it actually goes into the block. So like that. Yeah, so now if we turn them on, they all turn on like that. Perfect. So if we put the ice in front of all of these, turn this on, it doesn't work. And it breaks some of our... Huh? I'm sorry, what? It breaks our redstone too. Oh, and this makes water. No, 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 no. Stop, 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 stop. I have no blocks. Whatever, wood. This is just the worst. Okay, so what have we discovered from this whole adventure? Redstone is stupid. This packed, whatever, hardcore packing nonsense just doesn't make any sense and is never explained anywhere. Like, what? You gotta be kidding me. We're gonna stick that back in there. We've lost all of the ice that we made, because unfortunately breaking it means that it turns back into water. Oh, you know what? Finally, a use for our sponge pickaxe. Look at that. Okay, so go back up the mountain tonight and try to get that all solved. We do at least have this hop graphite dust. And we should actually have more in here. Yeah, perfect. So we'll have enough for... Where are you? There it is. One more. Oh, one more hop graphite dust here. This coal coke. We'll go grab more coal and we'll stuff it in here. Should have plenty left. There we go. This may or may not be working. We have no idea. Forget it. Let's forget about the ice stuff for now. Let's go for that voltmeter. So we have compass to make. Everything else we've got. So compass, iron plates, and an iron arrowhead. I think we actually have that arrowhead cast. Oh, we're totally out of lava. Wow, 3 bots all at once. Isn't that neat? But yeah, we're out of lava here. We are gonna go. Actually, no. I'll go pull out the. No, that's a terrible idea. I was about to say I was going to go pull out the. Kiln, whatchamacallit? This thing. The tank. Out of here. But that would immediately void the iron in it. So I'll pull out this tank instead, because we're not currently cooking anything in that furnace. Put the word Big Falls onto your banned word lists and the bots won't be able to spam you. Yeah, I think I think I put it on the actual whole phrase as it, but evidently this is slightly different than the phrase, their message here. So I'll go and try to do that instead. Okay, so this should be all good here. There they go. All gone. This goes back. This gets filled. And then this goes back and gets filled, and then we bring it back here. We are actually starting to run out of lava here. Oops. We do have access to the nether now. Let's put that back. We do have access to the nether now. So it's not as big an issue. It's still, annoying to have to go to the nether every time we want lava, but I suppose it is right over there, and we'll just have to suffer the loading time for it. Yeah, that's all fixed up. That's still smelting. Can't remember what we were in the middle of. Right, making the voltmeter. Or voltimeter, I suppose. So to do that, conveniently we already have iron getting cast out here. So we'll just turn that off real fast. We'll swap out the arrowhead cast. There it is. And cast that out manually. we'll go and swap out everything again. And turn that back to automatic. So I think we needed 4 plates, I want to say. Plate cast? Yeah, plate cast. Turn away. And we are set. So this should just make the compass, right? Iron arrowhead in the middle and it's around the outside. Perfect. And then the sticks for the bottom and the copper. We've got the voltmeter. So how does this exactly work? Can we... Whoa, okay. So yeah, this is kind of just showing the same information. Everything is going. That same information is just shown on our tooltips up top. Yeah, this unfortunately doesn't tell us any new information because we can't check the relay blocks at all. So it doesn't really provide any new information about our bottlenecks. Well, that's a bit of a shame, but at least we have it. It was a good plan. And it'll fit into the tool slot up in our engineer's toolbox. Do I have to break that? Yeah. And presumably, yeah, all the stuff's still in it. Okay, so that's fine. That thus tried out. What to do? What to do? Well, we basically just need to wait for this coal coke to get made, right? And I'll start throwing it in batches of 8. Oh, right, we need to crush it first. That at least has very nice animation. Does look pretty good. Hardcore packing might work if you just throw the stuff on the ground instead of placing it. We could give it a try. I'll go. I still got the glass on me, right? Yes, we do. Otherwise, I'm not sure how the sets of 9 could be pushed. Yeah, you may be right there. For this specific instance, it looked like only 4 was required. Whoops, wrong way. Oh, no, down, okay. We can at least do this right now. Make some more. Oh, goodness. Like that. In fact, I'm just going to stick this in the toolbox for now. We'll stick it in the anything slot since it doesn't seem to fit into anything else. Ooh, and the projector. Is that a tool? No. Okay, so anything. There we go. And that should give us crafting space here. Perfect. As expected, it looks like that crystal broke. Which one of you gave up on life? It was you. Go stick another crystal back on top. I do wish there was like a way we could automate that part, but... Oh, flare means that one probably died. Yeah, this one. Ah. Wait a minute. Hold on. Which book did I stick in here? Mechanists. No, wrong one. And that's that done. 3, and then 1 more, and we should be good. Assuming at any point we ever, here it is, don't run out of buckets of starlight when we're doing this. Huzzah! Alright, I think that one ran out this time, but should be good with just this. Assuming we don't mess it up again somehow. Specific method of how, we're still unsure about, but those two will gather for the rest of the night. We'll go try to figure out the pushing stuff. So here it is, hardcore packing. It does require just a 4. Let's get these pistons together again to have a party. We'll see if we can get it to work again. No, we'll do it during the night so our buckets over there can gather. Oh, what the heck? Where did you come from? Yeah, so let's just wire this all up. No. Yes, that way. So like that. We'll toss it on the ground in the middle. Pull out our lever here. Oh. Only 2 of them did the thing. Uh-oh. So maybe that was why. Did we not have them all go last time? Hold on a minute. Okay, let's move this to somewhere we can, like, right off of there. Put this here. And we'll get out our sponge pickaxe for when... Well, when, not if. This eventually goes bad. So I think it should reach. We'll double check. Yeah, they're all going this time. We'll try throwing it in the middle, and then we'll try placing it again. Because I don't actually know if... Yeah, no, it didn't seem to work like that. I don't actually know if all 4 blocks got pushed the last time. Well, certainly not working this time. Maybe we scooch these all one in? Maybe there has to be no room in the center? So... Oops. Like that, and then rehook everything up, I suppose. This packing is very poorly explained. Okay, so... Yeah, I've got no clue. This is really bloody annoying. I might just stick with the ice. What the heck? I mean, the ice is technically cold. It still works out. It's just not as cold as packed ice, though. And I assume that the ice will melt, whereas hopefully the packed ice will at least last longer, if not stick around forever. We'll go and throw all these back, along with all of the random bits and bobs I've picked up along the way. Where did we get this totemic torch? Hold on. Was there something outside here? I think it might have been. Yeah. It's been like on the corner here. Somewhere else. Probably here. Yeah? Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense to me. Okay, perfect. Well, shoot and dang nabbit. Let's get to the generating. Back to this. Conveniently, it has gifted me with another set of coal coke. So we'll just take the 4 out that aren't going to do anything. Come on. So this is actually running totally fine, but this is running out of power like immediately. I wonder what's up with that. I guess this just doesn't use as much power per second as this one does. Interesting. Very interesting. Double check light levels. Oh, you mean double check on the surface? Yeah, sure. We can double check that we didn't leave a gaping dark spot there. So let's turn on that overlay. Good advice. Okay, so that's all cleared out. Where did that zombie wander in from? He was from here somewhere, right? Okay, so I suppose we'll light up the back of this area since we're actually starting to use it. Let's just get our whole section of island here lit up. And there go our torches. So we'll go stick some more out here. I think we actually have more totemic torches, actually. So we can use those. Yeah, look at that. I'm also actually going to throw these 8 hop graphite dust into the grill, because we do have enough now that we can make those electrodes, I believe they are. We have enough finally to do that. Alright, and that's more of that lit up. So with the electrodes, we can finally, after 3 full streams of teasing, get this arc furnace functioning. And I have a feeling it's going to require a lot of electricity. 64,000 IF. That is over half. Yeah, over half of what that low voltage capacitor is. So maybe we hook up a few more low voltage capacitors, since I don't want to have to do the conversion to medium voltage ones. Seems like that is something that they do. And we'll need 2 more, so 16 more coal coke to get to... Yeah, so 4 more out of that to get to our next and third and final hop graphite rod. Because they take 4 each, and we've got 2 groups of 4. We got 8 currently grilling over there. Now if I pull out this and throw it in here, yeah, it just requires those 4 hop graphite ingots. So we no fanciness around that, no metal strippers, no plates, no planks, no nothing. I guess let's get the ones we have created. There we go. And insert it into the top here. So I think with 2 of these should function, right? At least that's the hope. Alright, we're still waiting on that coal coke. How's it coming along? Slowly. Very slowly. Oh, at least our iron is done here. So we'll put that stack in there. We'll move these 2 stacks back to home, where they will finally fill that hole back up under the iron clusters. And we need to make more torches. So let's pull out a stack of that, or half a stack of that. Half a stack of these. And half a stack of those. And we got our torch stack back. Suppose while we're waiting, we might as well light up the rest of the area here. I'll put that on just for show. Our pigs are doing well. They're doing fine. Can light up more territory here. We'll get just this little archipelago? No, I think those are islands, aren't they? What is this? A peninsula. Yeah, I think we'll get, I think it's a peninsula. We'll get those little peninsula, ooh, ow, clipped through that, lit up as best we can. Or as best we can with the limits of convenience. We don't need to go all the way to doing it. Having it be a little bit more lit up will be fine. Yeah, we'll call that good. Don't want to run out of torches again. And surely by now, yes, we've got enough. And this is starting to fill up with creosote oil, so we'll go and hammer those all to death. The Mechanist Journal, another book that is totally worthless for us. At least for the stuff that we're trying to get it to do. I did request that every mod have a manual a little while ago, and if the manuals are going to be that bad, just don't bother. It is pretty rough. We can toss these in here. And I will go do what somebody suggested, which is to throw like a crate system on top, so I can just put that in there instead of having to toss them manually. So we need a crate, and we need that whopper. Perfect. And we got both of those. We'll also need a temporary block to build with, which will be these. Because we'll want to stick this directly over this area, so like... Oh, no. Wait, stop. Where'd it go? Did it get ground up? Break a corner? I don't know what I broke. A hopper, I think? Yeah. So where did it... There it is. Okay. So I think the only way to get it out is to completely smash the robot making it. The machine. I think... Yeah, we just do that. Do we get all of our coke dust? What happened to our coke? Oh, ow. Oh, what the heck? Just ate up, what, 6 of our coke dust here. You kidding? Okay, well, whatever. We'll get the crate system set up at the very least. Somehow. Yeah, that should work. Let's go grab the extra coke somewhere. We've got 2 extra in here. How much extra have you made? Okay, perfect. So actually got that. So if we put it in here, yeah, that just drops that right on in. Perfect. Let's go and stick the extra in there, along with the treated wood planks that we took for building blocks. We will turn this off first, and then we'll break the scaffolding block. And there's our coke dust all made. No, which we just throw in here. That'll immediately drain all the way down to the bottom. Okay. So that should be the last of the hop graphite dust, then. Or not? This doesn't have any sort of processing indication, I guess, except for the outside of this. Let's go see what recipes this actually can make. It can make plant oil, which can make biodiesel, which is probably used for something. I think quite literally the only solid block it makes is hop graphite ingots, or hop graphite dust. And then everything else here is just about, oh, we can actually make sugar and water. So that could be something. Yeah, wild berry juice, olive oil. Can't use olive oil for anything, sadly. There's one, and this is really struggling to keep up. Where's our voltimeter? Suppose we should throw it on the other. Oh, and I didn't even realize we still have this overlay going on, which informs me that the top of this is not lit up. Surely monsters can't spawn on this, though, right? Like, no way that that is a spawn-capable location. I think we'll be okay. But once this last hop graphite ingot is made, finally, there it is, perfect. We can go smelt it down, make another rod out of the 4 of them. And finally have our arc furnace functioning. Man, this has taken so much work. I can't believe it took so much more work than I thought it would too. Integrity 100%. I really hope that doesn't go down quickly. I think we'll be okay. Famous last words before Creeper shows up for the party. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. We've got the rest of this all lit up. If a creeper spawns on top of us while this is happening, well, we'll just have to... We'll have to solve that problem. I hope if it blows this up that it doesn't, like, break the multi-block, and if it does, I hope it doesn't, like, take away the blocks, because some of these blocks were downright expensive. They were filthy, filthy expensive. Which is definitely a type of expensive, I'm assure you, probably. Somebody somewhere has probably said filthy expensive before. We've got those hop graphite ingots. We are running back. We have got them to the engineering table. We have got our rod, our electrode, and it's set up. And they're starting to drain, and I don't know why, because this isn't actually doing anything. But we can finally test it with this iron grit. And that immediately dropped. Okay, so we've got to fix our power situation. Now we have our blocks of ice. Let's go check if we brought back home some magma blocks. I feel like we did. We could have not, though. Oh yeah, we totally did. And we got 4 of each of these. For a second, I almost went, is situating this in my inventory going to turn this into water? But surely no. Surely not. did I actually rehook up this crusher again? Oh no, I see the thing that wasn't hooked up was this machine over here. There we go. That's better. And that conveniently just skirts by that crate too, so it's perfectly fine. Let's go throw everything back in the toolbox. Hammer and manual. And all of that we'll leave. We'll stick the extra lever in there. Actually, both of them. We don't have an extra at the moment. These pistons are completely worthless. And we'll go and pick this up. And what the heck, throw that in our backpack. But yes, capacitors and generators specifically. So we wanted, I just threw it in my backpack like a fool. We want this thermoelectric generator here. So I guess that's a single block. Yeah, there it is. Uses Constantin, which we do know how to make, copper coil block, and steel ingots, all of which we have. How's this going on? 1 iron ingot. Boy, is that draining. An absurd amount here. So I guess we'll make 4 of these generators. We'll hook them up to the power lines. And we'll just connect that in here. As to where I'll put the generators, I guess we'll just store them out here where the current water wheel and stuff is connected to. They're not really a big source of power or anything, nor would they be a very big structure. So we might situate it up here. We'll just kind of build out with some cobblestone. The first thing we have to do is to craft the thing. So we'll need Constantin for that, which is the copper and nickel. Oh, you know what? We should actually grind up some of our iron. Shoot, I shouldn't have smelted all that iron. I should have ground up the iron cluster so we could get possibility for more nickel. Because if we're looking at the crusher, take that out now that we finished it. Same with the projector. Well, I suppose we need to save that. Well, let's go grab this out and look from there. If we look at the crusher, we've actually got a 25% chance to get nickel grit off of this. So we should have waited until we had all of this, which unfortunately we did not. For now, store that and put this in there. We'll take these all out. Leave that incomplete stack in there, I suppose. And throw these through the crusher. Now this should passively keep our iron going. And I'm going to go out right now and mine some more iron, for which I will need the steel hammer repaired. Let's see, where is that sharpening kit? There it is. So we'll need a repair kit for that. And then we'll go out and grab some more iron. We'll let this, passively generate nickel. And we'll go do our thing. Now, I think we actually ate up all of the iron deposits that we've had around here. So we're actually going to have to go search for it. Or, more intelligently, go to the iron and nickel deposit. Because that'll give us both. And we can grind up the iron and presumably the nickel, right? So if we get a nickel cluster, the crusher gives us, it doubles it, and it gives us a chance for platinum. We've kind of got a recursive sort of deal going. So what do we grind up platinum? We get nickel. Okay. So yeah, everything kind of connects together. We'll go and cast this out. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Oops. Leave that in there just for safekeeping. And then we'll have this for whenever we end up needing it, which probably won't take too long with this. Well, actually, it's got quite a bit of durability, so maybe it will be quite a while. We'll store the extra items here back in the chest once they came. Magma block can do similarly. We'll go grab the magma and ice blocks once we actually need them. We'll throw the extra worm we've got there. Engineer's toolbox, you can remain in the backpack over here. And we should be ready to go. So let's go launch ourselves off to our lovely iron deposit. Which should be, if I recall correctly, just outside the islands here. Yeah, you can see it on the map. Oh, corallium. Look at that. So where is that entrance? It should be... Ah, yes, right here. We had the foresight to leave us our door. And pull the steel hammer out. Ah, right, and we didn't have torches, I believe, at the time to light this up. The vein does look fairly sizable. Not too shabby. This is a pretty wide-spanning ore chunk, actually. Holy moly. This thing is massive, and it is fantastic. With any luck, we'll have more than enough nickel and iron to sate our needs for a while. Though a while is becoming less and less between when we need to go out and when we need to come back and when we actually make stuff. We're going through a lot of this, and I'm not actually sure how. It feels like we're not using that much of it. Like, none of the machines require a particularly large amount of iron specifically. It must be the intermediate blocks. Stuff like redstone engines? What is it? I can't even recall. The engineering blocks, that's the one. Redstone engineering blocks and light engineering blocks, heavy engineering blocks. All of those require a fair bit of iron. So I guess that's how we're going through it so quickly. With this hammer, and maybe with fortune. I can't tell if the fortune is actually having a huge effect on this or not. We should be able to replenish pretty easily. Oh, and corallium. Oh, wait, hold up. We're hitting corallium. Is this the end of the vein? Wow, we're just going through full veins the whole time. Oh, are we full up? Yeah, we go. Toss the iron and nickel in our backpack here. More corallium. Interesting. There. I'm trying to get these mining locations as efficient as possible so I'm not losing out on any. This is surprisingly lasting a lot longer than I expected it to. I thought for sure that it would have broken by now, but I think the dents has actually given us a pretty good chance of just not breaking. I think that's the equivalent of unbreaking, where it just has a random chance on whether or not your tool takes damage or not, and that chance gets higher with dents the lower down you go. Maybe corallium is generated in the world after the ore veins. I would assume that that is so, or at least that it's generated in a different way than the ore veins. Oh, right, and I totally forgot that the iron sharpening kits don't actually restore the tool to full. I'll still be using them, I think, but yeah, we'll have to keep that in mind next time. I think we'll probably still keep the iron repair kits until I'm not using iron tools. Because if I'm using iron tools, it's just easier to keep one type of repair kit on me. I can use them just for anything. But once I move over, probably to steel tools, we'll be able to move off of that as well. But that is the iron nickel vein completely mined out, which did not take as much time as I really thought it would. Kind of thought it would have lasted a little bit longer, but we'll go mark that on our map. Let's see, where are we? We've been putting down a lot more of those X's than I've really wanted to. In fact, this is the last currently known source of iron anywhere on our map. So we'll need to go looking out for iron veins or iron clusters on the surface when we start walking around some more. If we start walking around some more for any reason. Are you iron? Nope, you are copper, I think. Maybe we'll go on another expedition with our dowsing rod out. See if we need it. Oh, I'm getting caught up in all the blocks here. We'll sleep the night away. Nothing to do for it. And start putting some of this stuff away. The corallium, apparently we'd be putting in here. Okay, perfect. The iron clusters can start going back as well. Okay, that's that stack totally finished. So we'll grind all these up, and then we can do the nickel clusters, which go up there. Now that'll give us a fair bit. And we'll just throw all of this iron in the grinder. Oh. Apparently they were already some chests somewhere. Presumably, yeah, in there. So I don't mind grinding these all up. We are using iron at an accelerated rate. And this is horrible for crafting this, at least with the current energy requirements that we're having going on here. Yeah, this is actually struggling getting to that too. Maybe we'll store these in the chest for now. We gotta sort out our energy needs first. And if we end up actually having to smelt this out in the smeltery instead of in as dust and all that, that'll be okay. I don't mind a little bit of inefficiency. I just don't want to like waste, you know, tens of or dozens of stacks. Oh, and our coal coke is done melting down as well. Melting? Crushing. No, I guess it is kind of melting. It is burning off presumably impurities. I'm not exactly sure what the process is to get from coal proper to coal coke. I do know there is a distinct chemical difference, I want to say, but I'm not exactly sure what that is. But now that we're here, we should pull out this nickel, and we'll actually pull out the iron that's already in there as well. Start throwing the nickel in. Hopefully this will take a little less out of it. This is the Invar. Oh, and that's the iron grit. And the coal coke that I've got. Oh man, this is so slow. Maybe let's turn off the crusher. Get all of this moving towards machines that need it right now. And we'll get those set up, the thermoelectric generators set up as soon as we can, well, get the materials for them, really. Steel, we should still have some left. This copper coil stuff we'll need to make some more of. Let's see, we had need for 4 of these. That's 8 per, so that is 36, I want to say. Because I missed this math before, and I think that I have the math correct now. But I don't actually know what the conversion is between actual ingots on this metal press and the strands, the copper wire that actually comes out from it. It doesn't really make sense to me. Let's see, because I think it's been... So let's just watch it come in. It should come into chunks. It looks like we get 2 per every copper bit we have, so I'll probably take half of that out, 18. Stick that back. And that should give us enough for 4 of those copper coils. So all of this low voltage wire surrounded by that iron ingot should be good. This is... It's really trying. Actually, can we smelt this straight down? So we can do this in the alloy kiln. We can't do it in this, unfortunately, but that's totally fine. So maybe we don't even wait for it in here. Maybe we throw... How much of it do we need? This and copper. Each one of them makes 2. This takes 5. We're making 4. That means 20. Therefore, 10. 10 copper ingots, 10 nickel grit. I suppose... Oops. Ow. Might as well throw the 3 in here. And then we'll go and let these heat up together. Okay, so we do go back to using this kiln brick furnace. Well, I guess it's just a kiln, isn't it? A kiln furnace to make this Constantin. But ultimately, that comes out all right. So it's not the worst thing in the world. And it does it a lot faster than what we currently have access to otherwise, which is the arc furnace and the smeltery. Both of those take a pretty long time to do. What this does in almost no time at all, really. Nope. This way. All around the sides with... Hold up. Did I do the math on this wrong? I guess not. I guess we just have some spare. Okay. Oops. Weird. I didn't think we should have any leftovers, but we apparently do. So the only thing left after that is the steel ingots, so we don't have to do any processing on those. And these we have to turn into, all 20 of them into plates. Suppose we might as well get that started while it's going through the deal. Please be plates. Okay, yeah, we're good. I do feel like I'm up at a zoo whenever I'm looking at this. I'm just like watching it from far. Don't poke the glass. Don't get too close. Don't anger the machine, or it'll stop doing its thing and send all its items at you. Really got to solve that at some point. Okay, that should be all the corallium. Can we reach it from afar? That's half of it. And steel. Cool. We've got a thermoelectric generator. Let's go read up on exactly how this functions. Because we didn't get too close to that. So hot fluid on one side and a colder fluid on the opposing side. Oh, so fluids would have actually worked there. I could have just made it with lava and water, presumably, but evidently this probably works better. Maybe. I can't imagine how a block of ice or anything would not, or how a magma block at the very least would disappear. So maybe it is just infinite. But we'll go set this up by the water mill. We'll have to build another platform for it, so we'll just grab some cobblestone. Yeah, sure. Some cobblestone over here. Oop. And to keep the wires all in line with this, I think we'll build it on the level. Ah! Okay, so I'm going to assume that it means left and right. I don't really care about situating it on the floor. I'd rather have a platform beneath it, so I'll actually drop this down one. Which is going to be a little difficult. There we go. Now that way, we can hook up the tops of these, which I assume will be where all of the power will come out of. And hook them all up to that relay. Now, I think for each one of them, I want to keep a pod. Maybe I'll do like 2 rows connected to a central relay or something like that. Or I could just line them up. That also works. So I actually don't need it to be this long. I need it to... I can absolutely allow it to be one less. And that way, if any of the fluid spills out, it shouldn't interfere with the other components, I'm pretty sure. So we place these all in the center. We'll go grab those ice blocks, but we'll put connectors on top of all of these. I suppose we'll have one going each direction alternating. Oh, I should actually light up this this structure here. Cobblestone is, I'm pretty sure, something they can spawn on. So it wouldn't be a bad idea. Now, if I grab those relays, which I think I still left in here, I should put those in my toolbox. You can set them up so fluids are on 4 sides of them. Oh, okay. That's good to know. So that would presumably double the output here. In that case, we would actually have to build that slightly differently. Let's go grab our magma blocks, and we'll take 8 this time. And let's not sleep the night away. Let's make some more ice cubes over in the astral sorcery zone over there. Yeah, that won't require too much modification. Basically, they'll each get their own pods properly instead of being kind of contained together. Uh-oh. Ah! Don't touch me, don't touch me. I don't like you guys. You're creepy and... Uh-oh. God, I hate the spiders. They just suck. They're absolutely just the worst. Okay, here we go. So, grab wand. Ah! Nope, good, we're good. Grab wand. Grab bucket. Replace. Move on. There's one. Do we get another one free? Yes, we do. Perfect. Sad there's no sound for it going off, though. Maybe that's sort of a monkey's paw wish there. I can definitely see how sounds might annoy you if you had to do something in bulk. But I think the visuals are nice. I think like a little swishing sound. Just a very quiet one would have been a nice little detail to add. And we finally lost a bucket. Yeah, there we go. Grab a rock crystal. Top off that one. Okay. Any missing ones? I don't see any, so I think we're good. Oops, and I stepped in, so we got night vision. Oh! Wow, that stuff falls super fast. And that spider is really freaking out. You okay, buddy? Don't do starlight drugs, everybody. That's what happens. It makes you into a freaked out spider. But that stuff all done. We have 8 ice blocks and 8 magma cubes. No, let's not set this up at night. Let's set it up in the morning. So let's get ourselves to bed. Okay, nice cooked clownfish for breakfast. Always a good question mark meal. Let's go sort these out. So if we're doing it that way, we'll want a block in each corner here. Suppose we could actually even move this inwards a bit, so it'd be like that. And then we need a space. We could do that. What advancement are you on? Well, we got a couple. Our primary one is the engineer's workbench circuit board, but we're trying to expand out on getting our, well, specifically that mixer. I was hoping it would be the mixer that we were shown there, but not quite. The mixer and the industrial drying unit setup, so we don't ever have to do the drying by hand or the mixing by hand ever again, because those are really the last two things that take any amount of time, any considerable amount of time. Okay, so maybe we'll call it that good for this side, and we'll do another one on the other side here, so it's sort of even. I guess we did end up using that last block, so we'll fill that out too. So how did we set this up? Well, we've got to make the underside layer for all of them. 1, 2, and 3 wide for each unit. Ah! Oh, we've actually made it so we can't climb up our own building. We'll swim up. That's okay. All of the back sides are closed up. And then this will be the partition for the generator field. And same thing, one block more. Oh, we're out of cobblestone. Wow. Okay, this structure took a lot more than I thought it would. So we'll grab some more out of there. Perfect. And we'll finish building this. We've essentially given our very artistic watermill some wings. So maybe this will fly off at some point and join the windmill up on the roof. But that should be the adequate shape, right? And we fill in the corners here. Ditto here. And then they're all done on that side. So, assuming I'm understanding this correctly, these all go in the middle. We can connect all of them to these connectors, which will then go to a relay. Let's go pull our wiring out of the toolbox. There we go. Now. Okay. So we might actually have to push this out. We'll do one to each side here. And these torches are actually set up in entirely the wrong location with our new design. So we'll grab our relays first out of the engineer's toolbox. Put one up for the outside and down there. Could also put a relay down to the side of center. Yeah, I think this is probably going to be the better option here. And we'll store what remains of them over there. I have unfortunately mistakenly placed them in the wrong positions. They should be swapped. Well, actually, they don't really need to be. Hold on. If I place one in front of each of these center blocks, I should be able to connect them all up without anything pathing through the middle, right? I think that logically makes sense. We'll connect all of them up to this relay. And that should attach it to the power center over here. Whoa, too far, too far. There we go. Yeah, this is all hooked up to this one capacitor. We'll need to build more capacitors, most likely, if that one fills up. But I'd rather maximize the inputs and outputs of that capacitor to have that solved rather than create new ones. And then let's pull out the voltmeter so we can keep track of how much everything is doing. So right now, this doesn't tell us really anything that our inventory isn't. This is, yeah, kind of unfortunate. Okay, well, we'll put back the voltmeter. There's going to be exactly no use to it, and we'll pull out our magma and ice blocks. So I'm going to just situate them like that, and then theoretically, this should start generating power. I will have no idea if it is working. I guess we'll just see it on our power grid. Yeah, because I can't visually distinguish if any of this is getting powered. For some reason, these always indicate that they're at 0 out of 256 IF, which doesn't really tell me much. But hopefully, if we go over to our capacitor here... Oh yeah, that's locked at 1,000 now. So we can turn back our crusher. Yeah, that's staying steady. It's not dying at all. And we can hopefully turn on that plus this arc furnace. I don't know how much more efficient that energy production is. Ooh, still draining. So I think... Hold on a minute. I think this is draining power faster than we can actually deliver it, because this capacitor up here is actually pumping through... It's still about at half power here. So... That's a unique issue to have. I think you were right with the multiple capacitors. I'm not sure what you're referring to with multiple capacitors. Oh, maybe you're talking about the back of this thing. Yeah, maybe we could add some more plugs here to boost the output. So let's do that. This does have, room for 2 more plugs. Yeah, no wonder they have multiple outputs. Now we'll see how fast this is going. It's still kind of bobbing up and down. Oh, and that is getting maxed out here. So let's go check on the generators, the thermoelectric ones. Yeah, they're still doing fine. Let's see. You said if I break them, you can see how quickly they generate. Okay, so they generate pretty quickly. Not too bad. I guess... Well, I guess we just need more. The factory needs power, and thusly, we shall give it some. I think you're using more power than you can generate. I agree. So I think we need more thermoelectric generators. I'm pretty sure that those are way more powerful than either our windmill over here or our water wheels. We've got 3 of them, and I think all of them combined are probably less powerful than that thermoelectric generator, because we had an absolute jump on power for a little bit. For just a smidge. So I think we'll go and try to get that going. At least this seems like it's doing pretty well. We're not getting nickel grit quite as often as I would hope for, but it does seem to be going. I also have no idea how it's handling item storage, because there's no inventory to speak of. I assume it has at least an internal one, like a debugging one perhaps, but yeah, we have no way of seeing how much is left in there and how much is actually used up. But at the very least, we have all of our... Oh, look at that. Oh, it's got a nice little pouring animation when it actually works. Okay, I'm actually going to stick around and wait for that, because I want to see our long-awaited machine in action here. Come on. Come on, get there. Get there. I want to see it. I want to see it. All right, here it comes. Yeah, look at that. Okay. Well, it's, it's handy. It's nice. It's small. This is on fire? This doesn't need cooling, surely. Right? I think it'll be fine. But yeah, we finally got all of this hooked up. We've got more power plugs back here than you can shake a rod at. You've got our lava we sorted out for all of this, and we've smelted out a ridiculous amount of iron, not to mention used it all, to build all these machines. Our mixer was kind of a tragedy. It was a little bit unfortunate. Didn't quite work out the way we wanted it to. So we're still going to have to try to go for this mixer, which will be using modularium here. I think all of those items here are modularium. Unfortunately, this doesn't show up in any book that I've seen. Modular machinery doesn't have a book by itself, and it doesn't show up in the immersive engineering book at all. So we're gonna have to just kind of take a screenshot of that and see if we can get the actual components of that, which they kind of cycle through. We don't know about a lot of them, but we do know at least one from each of the pieces of the structure. So we do have the ability to make at least a little one. We'll have to do that next time. I think I'm going to call this stream here. We're about half an hour over. I had a great time. I mean, we had a little bit of failure, a little bit of confusion. We still never figured out how the cyclic, what is it called? Solidifier. Still never figured out the cyclic solidifier, and the book was no help whatsoever. Not sure why they even bothered with one. But for the most part, we got everything else done. We got a better source of power generation. We got our area all hooked up here. We mined out all of our areas of iron, which is not too great. We do have to go search for more of that, but I'm sure it won't be too difficult to find. And we'll be able to grind that all up into nickel. We'll grind the nickel up into platinum. We'll grind the platinum back into nickel. It's going to be a whole ordeal. And we'll get that all smelted together in the arc furnace once we have the power requirements finally met. But that'll be something for next time. I will be coming back to this. Let's see, what day is it? I believe it's Friday. Therefore, I will be back on Monday. Monday at 3 PST. Same time as I started today, or thereabouts. We'll be playing more of this. Hopefully, we'll get all of that stuff done. If you're not just interested in the Sevtech Ages stuff, I will be back on Tuesday as well. We will be playing Sunless Sea then. And we've gotten a captain that's gotten pretty far. We're actually kind of scooching towards the end of a lot of individuals' quests, a lot of our officers' quests. We've already completed a few, and we've got a few more in store. We're probably going to start going and generating a whole lot of currency for ourselves. So if you're interested in that, feel free to show up on Tuesday, same time, 3 PST. I hope to see you guys at one of those 2 times. If not, I hope you find a mixer that can make you some wonderful potions that'll benefit you, but not necessarily be what you're looking for right now. As for me, I'm going to go head out. Cheers, everybody.